your money is being systematically dismantled, and the mechanism doing it is hiding in plain sight. You feel it at the gas pump. You see it at the grocery store. Your buying power is quietly fading. But what if that's not a bug in the system? What if it's the entire point? For the vast majority, inflation is a relentless squeeze. For a select few, it's the most powerful wealth generator ever created. This isn't a random event. It's a calculated transfer of prosperity that happens right under our noses. So why is it engineered to function this way? To grasp the full picture, we must rewind to an era when money was anchored. For much of modern history, major currencies were linked to gold. This created a discipline governments couldn't ignore. Printing endless cash wasn't an option. Fiscal mistakes had real, immediate consequences. The very idea of intentionally devaluing currency would have been seen as madness. Then, the world fractured. The Great Depression of the 1930s brought a new terror, deflation. As money's value increased, commerce ground to a halt. Debt became an anchor, dragging everyone down. This crisis fundamentally reshaped how leaders viewed the economy. Stability wasn't the only goal. Growth at any cost became the new mantra. The true turning point arrived in 1971, when the U.S. abandoned the gold standard. Money was untethered. It was no longer a store of value backed by a physical object. It became a flexible instrument of policy, backed purely by belief. This is the moment inflation transformed from an occasional threat into a permanent feature of the landscape. This new system operates on a simple, brutal logic. If you save cash, you lose. If you hold smart debt, you win. Every year, the real burden of a fixed loan decreases, while the nominal value of tangible assets climbs. Inflation is the tax on patience and the reward for leverage. This is the core of the modern paradox. The very force that erodes your savings simultaneously enriches those who control significant assets. It's not a conspiracy. Simple mathematics. The economy we live in is built on credit, and credit requires a steady, quiet devaluation of currency to avoid collapsing under its own weight. So, who exactly benefits from this arrangement? The answer lies in what's known as the Cantillon Effect. When new currency is created, it doesn't enter society evenly. The first recipients, governments, major financial institutions, and massive corporations get to use it before prices rise. They invest and spend while the money is still potent. By the time it circulates to the average earner, its value has been diluted. You're always a step behind. This isn't an accident. It's the architecture of the system. Look at any major economic intervention in recent memory. After the 2008 crisis, central banks created trillions in new money. It flowed into financial markets, rescuing banks and supercharging asset prices. Wages, however, remained stagnant. The same pattern repeated during the pandemic. The system isn't broken. It's built for this. Its result is a society where the rules are permanently skewed. Ownership is rewarded exponentially, while labor is penalized. The advice to save diligently becomes a path to a slow financial erosion. The system encourages you to spend, to borrow, to chase yield, because standing still is a guaranteed loss. This psychological shift might be its most powerful effect. So, is there any way out? The grim reality is that our entire global structure is addicted to this cycle. Central banks may talk about fighting inflation, but their true goal is to manage it. They need it to be just high enough to keep the debt-based machine humming, but just low enough to prevent outright rebellion. A return to zero inflation would cause the entire edifice to crumble. Deflation is the true enemy of the established order because it makes debt unbearable and exposes every weakness. The silent tax of inflation is the price we pay to maintain the illusion of stability. This understanding changes everything. It reveals that the game is not about working harder, but about understanding the fundamental rules. The system isn't designed for the saver or the wage earner. It's designed for the asset holder and the strategic debtor. Your financial strategy must account for this reality. If this perspective shifted how you see the world, please support this channel. Give this video a like and subscribe to Winds of Thought for more insights that pull back the curtain. The most powerful forces are the ones we're taught not to see.